Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon the horror anthology film for the year of 2013 by the name of The ABCs of Death. This film has 26 different directors behind it, and just so you guys know, I am going to list off all 26 directors, so get ready for a very long list. I'm not going to name off any previously known things that any of the directors have directed because that video would just be plain too long. But I will name off each and every one of the directors. That way, you guys can get a good handle of who is behind this. And if you're curious, I'll just put a link in the description bar below. That way, you guys go straight to the imdb.com website, straight to the list of directors. That way, you guys can click on the link to them and see if you know anything that they have previously directed. But there are some great directors behind this. So like I said, there's 26 different directors. And in the horror anthology film for the year of 2013, by the name of The ABCs of Death, there are 26 different shorts, each involving a different death. And each one of them had roughly, I believe, about $5,000, and they had about 4 to 5 minutes to make a little short clip, like I said, each involving a different letter of the alphabet, each encompassing and engrossing a different way about dying and then about death in general. So that's pretty much the main gist of the horror anthology film, the name of The ABCs of Death. And each one is totally different. So there's not one coherent or not one wraparound story. Each anthology short is different, done by a different director. So here are the 26 directors. And I'm not going to name off the shorts either, but there are several shorts. So it's going to be different when I review this one because I'm only going to talk about the shorts that struck me. All the shorts were pretty good. Some of them were really strange. Some of them were weird. Some of them were a little strange at best to say, but I will name off the ones that I really enjoyed. So here are the directors behind it. Care Andrews, Angelia Bettis, Helene Catet, Ernesto Diaz Espinoza, Jason Eisner, Bruno Forzani, Adrian Garcia Bologno, Xavier Jins, Lee Hardcastle, Noboru Iguchi, Thomas Kaplan Mailing, George Michael Grau, Anders Mortenhaler, Yoshio Nishima. Some of these names I can't pronounce because they're foreign, so forgive me. Banjong, I can't even pronounce his last name. Simon Rumley, Marcel Cemento, John Shemp. I can't pronounce the guy who did the R's for removed, but I'm gonna do it starts with an S, so there you go. Tomo Chijanto, Andrew Truckee, Nacho Vlaglando, Jake West, Ty West, Ben Wheatley, Adam Wengard, and then Yudai Yugamuchi, and forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, he did the J is for Jedageki segment. And that is the list of the 26 total and different directors for the 2013 anthology horror film by the name of The ABCs of Death. And now I'm going to tell you which shorts stuck out because there's not one overall plot, but I'm going to tell you which of the 26 stuck out. Now, they had 25 different actual directors. One of the directors did an animated claymation short, and he won a contest they had for the last director, and they decided to put his in there because of the contest. And that's the gist of that. Now, let me name off to you. I believe there are a total of 12. There are 13 out of the 26 shorts that really impressed me and overall just struck my attention in general. And I'm going to name off each short in a list. D is for Dogfight stuck out. R is for Removed. X is for XXL. Y is for Young Buck. O is for Orgasm. T is for Toilet. S is for Speed. V is for Vagitus. I is for Ingrown. H is for Hydroelectric Diffusion. N is for Nuptails, L is for Libido, and then Q is for Quack. And those are the 13 shorts out of the 26 shorts for the horror anthology film in the name of The ABCs of Death that really stuck out to me. And I'm going to do my best now to talk about each and every one of the 13 shorts, not in a big, because I don't want this video to be real long, but let's try to do it in a good amount of time where you guys can get a general idea of what I thought of the 13 shorts out of the 26 that really stuck out and the ones I really enjoyed. And overall, some of these stuck out just because of how strange they were. But overall, I loved, as a whole, let's talk about as a whole first, I really love the ABCs of Death. Each short has its own story. Each short is effective. Some of them are pretty, creepy and eerie and scary. Others are just weird, and overall, the ABCs of Death has a weird sense to it that overall really attracted me as a horror genre movie film watcher. So first of all, let's talk about the first one I mentioned. I mentioned at first, D is for Dogfight. This was done by the director, this is done by the director, D is for Dogfight, with the name of Marcel Sarmiento, and he is known for directing the film with the name of Dead Girl. And I love Dead Girl, and I have to say, Dogfight is really cool. The main gist of it, it's about this man who boxes, and he has to box a dog, and there's no dialogue. There's like this music that plays, and the entire 4 or 5 minute segment is done in slow motion. They usually used the $5,000 they had to the best of their advantage. I really enjoyed that one. The slow motion looked great. There was a nice little twist towards the end. The production value, even though it was only $5,000, looked great. Like I said, nice little twist at the end. D is for Dogfight really stuck out because of the nice stylistic manner it had and the nice little twist. And overall, it was just really cool to watch this boxer and dog fight in slow motion. Nice bloody finale there towards the end. Nice little twist too. So D is for Dogfight is definitely one to look out for. R is for Removed also stuck out. It's the second one that stuck out by the director that I can't pronounce his name, though his first and last name both start with an S. Best way I can say is Sajan Spazjevek. Anyways, R is for Removed is a really strange one that takes place in a hospital, and it just really, it has kind of a raw look to it. Once again, another stylistic. ABC's Death, all these shorts are very stylistic, they have a good, nice little plot, but they're really stylistic, and the substance in them is great also. But R's for Removed is about this guy in a hospital that kind of goes on a killing spree. It doesn't make a lot of sense at times, but overall, R's for Removed is just a really fun one to watch, especially towards major spoilers coming up if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, keep watching, right? Because major spoilers are ahead. When it starts to rain blood towards the end, and it begins to push the train, really odd sequence, but it works really well. And I can kind of get the message behind it, but it's a little difficult for me to understand at times. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Another one that stuck out was XXL by the director Xavier Gens, known for directing the film by the name of The Divide, I believe. Great film, by the way. Check out my review. It's an older review of mine. Anyways, XXL is about this girl who, she's fat and she keeps getting ridiculed, so she decides to, major spoilers coming up, like I said earlier, so stop, otherwise keep watching, right? She decides to cut off all her fat, and become skinny. This one was great, definitely one of my favorites. I love the whole concept behind it. Y is for Young Buck, done by the director Jason Eisner, who did Hobo with a Shotgun. Great film, by the way. This one has a really strange vibe to it, has a real 80s vibe to it. No, once again, no dialogue, just an 80s music, synth, poppy, rock, sort of soundtrack behind it about this rapist guy who wears, and the kid ends up killing him at the end. I love the whole vibe of, the kid putting the mask on, the deer antler mask on. That was a great one. It was strange, but it was a great one that I really enjoyed. O is for Orgasm, makes about 0 sense with the bubbles and all that, but overall, it had a nice stylistic, low-budget manner to it. They really used the $5,000, and I kind of liked it for some reason. It was strange, didn't make a lot of sense, but it was cool. T is for Toilet is the, sorry if these reviews are kind of short, I have to do my best in the time allotted, right? T is for Toilet is the claymation animated short I talked about, and that one was the first short I saw. I saw that short months before it even came out because it was on YouTube. Like I said, Lee Hardcastle won the contest, and so I liked that one a lot. It was creepy, not by creepy, I mean it didn't actually scare me, but it had a kind of a strange, eerie element to it for being claymation. Bloody, it's kind of has some very funny and dark humor and dark satire to it that overall I really enjoyed. S is for Speed was another really cool one that I really enjoyed, as kind of like these two women are doing drugs and they're running from like this demon creature. They use like a flamethrower on. That one was really fun to watch. V is for Vagitus. Is probably one of the best ones on there. Later I'll talk about my top 3 out of these 13. And Vagitus was so cool. The mech, the whole sci-fi element, the sci-fi premise and concept this one had was just great. Ingrown had a nice narrative. IS for Ingrown had a nice narrative concept to it, where it gave you just enough. This one could be a full feature the way Ingrown set up, as could V is for Vagitus, the whole sci-fi concept. V is for Vagitus and I is for Ingrown are so good they could be 2 full-on features because of the nice narrative concept the I is for Ingrown had. I like the whole girl laying in the bathtub, the serial killer injecting the stuff. That was just, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That was a great one. H is for Hydroelectric Diffusion. Was strange. It was weird. It had a nice action element to it. It was really strange. Animals with like boobs and getting shocked. It was strange, kind of funny and comedic and goofy at times, but overall, I really enjoyed that one. The dog smoking the cigar. It was very interesting and kind of cool. Then we had N is for Nuptails, about the parrot who, told the person, that they were cheating. That one was once again, very dark, very comedic, and then, ended up killing the guy at the end. I love the way the blood splatters on the screen at that one. Once again, very bloody film, very strange film, very weird, especially like F is for Fart. Some of them are just a little too strange if you don't mind that. L is for Libido really stuck out. That one stuck out because of the concept having to jack off or masturbate in order to stay alive. And this is one of the longer shorts, I believe, 6 or 7 minutes, I believe. And that one stuck out because I thought it was pretty good, but it was just a little weird in general. Q is for Quack, done by the great director Adam Wingard, known for doing You're Next, and then he also did a segment, VHS 1 and 2, the wraparound segments. And Q is for Quack had a nice, great story to it, a great script to it, even though it's only 4 or 5 minutes long. Q is for Quack is extremely effective. My 3 favorites, though, out of the 13 I just listed, is, because this video is getting kind of long now, 3 favorites out of the 13 I just listed is D is for Dogfight, V is for Vagitus, and then H is for Hydroelectric Diffusion. And then if I had to pick a 4th one, I'd probably pick either Young Buck or Q is for Quack. Overall, those are my top 5 favorites. Dogfight, Vagitus, Hydroelectric Diffusion, and then we have Young Buck and Q is for Quack. My 5 favorites out of the ABCs of Death for the horror anthology film of the year of 2013. Now, those are my opinions upon those shorts. Now, as a whole, this film, some people have said it's a hit and miss. Some people really enjoy it. Me, myself, I enjoyed every short. I will say some of the shorts are a little weird, little bizarre, and I'm not too for sure if I like them. But overall, as a whole in general, even though some of the shorts feel like a miss and they feel like they're kind of strange sometimes, but I don't mind that because overall, I really felt that each short has its own story, a very original story, and I just loved how we got 26 different stories. ABCs of Death, for me at least, was definitely one of the best indie horror films out of the year so far. I loved the film so much that, and I guess other people liked it too, and it did pretty well because it's already got confirmed for a sequel that will come out in the year of 2013. Link in the description of the article will be below. They've already announced several directors. Japanese director, I believe he's Japanese, by the name of Coldfish. They did the film Coldfish. The man who did The Last Circus. The man, Marcus Dunstan, behind The Collector and The Collection, and then wrote other films too that John Gulager is always involved in. Overall, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see the ABCs of Death sequel. They're also going to once again do a contest for the 26th film. I can't wait to see the sequel, and that's pretty much my review. Once again, thanks. Like I said, links will be in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek from our Horror Anthology 2013 film review of the film in the name of the ABCs of Death. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.